You're muted.
I muted myself. Duh! All right, let's start all over again. Welcome, everyone. Thanks, Alvi. I am so excited to have everyone here. We'll get together as a team, as a family, to celebrate some amazing teammates that have transformed their lives, and in the process have inspired and helped other people transform as well. What we all do have in common is a company called Isogenics. If you guys haven't heard of it yet, you're missing out. I am so excited. I'm going to play some slides here for you guys so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So company is Isogenics, and we've been around for 18 years. Definitely value ourselves on integrity. We stand behind the products 100%. And with these products, with this company, you can live your ideal life. Most of us didn't have our ideal life before, and if we did, we might have not had our health. Sometimes you have the time, but you don't have the money, and then you have the money and you don't have the time or the health, or people they're slaves to their jobs, and that causes all kinds of stress, and you eat on the run, and whether it's a job or your family, speaking from experience. So what we are doing here is we're going to inspire you with some awesome transformations, different age groups, different transformations. I don't know what else to call them, life-changing experiences, and all because we all said yes to this incredible company. So our company has had, I think it's over 400 people. I don't want to say that. Laura Hyman, how many people do you know about? How many people are in the 100-pound club? We've had hundreds of people that have forever changed their lives in.
Yeah, at least 267 registered so far.
206, yeah, and then we have 300-pound and we have 400-pound club members, right? So we're definitely changing lives, and Laura is one of our 100-pound club member as well. So without further ado, I am going to introduce you a 100-pound club member and ambassador, 2-star crystal executive, Opie, who is a dedicated husband and father. And get your tissue box ready, because his story is gonna make you cry. It always does when I hear it. And he's also had an IsaBody honorable mention. So let me stop the screen sharing, and I will go ahead and turn it over to Opie. Opie, can you unmute yourself, honey? Where you at?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Hey, guys, thank you guys for having me. It's always a pleasure. All of you guys on here have inspired me throughout my whole journey, and it's an honor to be on here. Thank you very much. I'm Opie Buchanan from Ocean City, Maryland. I'm 47 years old, married, have a child named Brooks. He's 7 years old. Been married for almost 20 years. I spent most of my life as an athlete. I was well known as a gym junkie. I participated in men's league sports up until about 7 years ago. I played men's league football, men's league basketball, golf, surf, you name it. I was active and pretty physically fit. Up until about 7 years ago, everything changed. My wife got pregnant, and immediately she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer while pregnant. At that time, I had to quit my day job and take a night job because I live in a resort town of Ocean City, Maryland. There's not really any good hospitals around here that could handle the situation that we were in. So I had to drive 2 hours north every day and back and go to several doctor's visits, like 7 different doctors every day. So I had to quit my day job. I took a night job, and I basically was a caregiver for my family. So my wife is the first woman in the world to receive chemotherapy in vitro throughout her whole entire pregnancy. After the first trimester, we went in and the doctors removed her left fallopian tubes and her left ovaries and we began chemotherapy directly into the womb throughout the entire pregnancy. We carried the baby until about 6 months, and she lived in the hospital for the final 2 weeks of the pregnancy. She then had the baby via C-section, and they went in and they removed the rest of her fallopian tubes and ovaries. So they, in essence, performed a full hysterectomy. And my son was born with his feet backwards. So now they began to do chemotherapy for another 8 months. And now I have a 4-pound baby boy with his feet backwards. So now I have to take my wife the 2 hours north almost every day for chemotherapy. And then I would take my son another half hour north to get his feet fixed. And it was an ordeal. So I wasn't in the gym anymore. I was eating on the run, sleeping on hospital floors, self-medicating with alcohol. And I was the type, when I used to work out, that I would leave the gym. My nutrition wasn't very on point, but I looked better than most people my age. I mean, I would leave the gym and I'd pick up a pizza and a 12-pack and just go at it, you know, pretty much 5 days a week. And I regretfully continued to eat and drink like that, but I wasn't going to the gym anymore, and all my muscle turned to fat. So finally, my wife and son got healthy. My son's feet are now currently straight. My wife's in remission. And I was a train wreck. I got back to work. I was back to day work. Here we've been through so much for 5 years, and I was slow, sluggish. Everything that we fought for, I pretty much killed myself. I wasn't worth the fight that my family put forth for me to be who I was. And my wife had dabbled with isogenics, like done a couple, what y'all are doing right now, like basically an 11-day shred. She bought the basic 9-day in the beginning and had dabbled with that. And I was like, I was total skeptic. I then decided to start working out. So for 2-3 months, I worked out on my own. And as everybody knows, you come Halloween, you eat a piece of candy, then it's Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas, then it's the Super Bowl. And by every year, most adults put on 10 to 15 pounds. Well, in the past, I was always able to cut that weight. Well, this time I was over 150 pounds overweight, and I worked out for 3 months and I lost 9 pounds. Well, around Christmas of 2017, my parents live in Washington, D.C. We went home for Christmas and we visited the National Zoo. And I had been working out for 3 months. I felt good about myself. Some of my pictures, you even show me from that zoo picture. I had on a World's Gym shirt. I had on tank top. I still thought I would look good. I didn't, but I was at the zoo Christmas with my family, my brother and everybody. We were in the elephant house. And they have a scale in the elephant house, and you can get on it as a gimmick and see what you weigh. Well, I had gotten on that scale in front of my son now, who was about 5 years old, and my brother and his kids, and I get on the scale thinking it's funny, and I weighed more than a baby elephant. And everybody in the zoo was laughing at me, and I was like, man, it was really an eye-opener, because it was the first time I had been on a scale. It was really big enough to weigh me, and I weighed almost 400 pounds. So the next day, we woke up, it was Christmas morning, and I had purchased my family a trip to Disney World, whichever one is in Florida, Disneyland, Disney World. And everybody knows that's an expensive trip. So we woke up that morning, opened up our presents, and I left my parents' house. We went to the airport. We flew to Disney. We get there. It's supposedly the happiest place on earth. Well, after day one, my feet were swollen. My knees were swollen. I was chafing in places I shouldn't have been. It's 90 degrees. You're in the happiest place on earth. And you can see me in pictures with Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. My son's happy. And I looked completely just angry. I mean, none of my pictures look good. And that was the first time I'd really seen any real pictures of me with my family. And I almost wanted to rent a scooter. And I didn't want to be one of them people. I ended up sucking it up. I didn't rent the scooter. But when I came home, I told my wife, I said, get me one of them boxes. She was like, what box? I was like, that Isogenics box. I said, as I had people hounding me and telling me that people on my team right now that are doing it, they were, you know, doing their thing. And I was always the skeptic. And I said, I worked out too hard. It wouldn't work for me. Well, finally, I said, it's a money back guarantee. I'm going to prove everybody wrong, get them off my back, put these products in my body. And my results are not typical, but they are duplicatable. I released 38 pounds my first 30 days. I bought another box. My wife said, if you buy another box, you have to join the IsaBody challenge because she's very frugal. And I didn't think I was going to do this for 16 weeks, much less 4 months. Well, that's the same thing, isn't it? I foresaw myself that my goal weight was only like 50, 60 pounds. Well, I got to 60 pounds and I was like, man, I can do far better than this. I don't know if you've ever looked at yourself in the mirror with just a silhouette. Well, I was down like 60 pounds and I looked up and I could just see my traps and my shoulders and the silhouette. And I said, I can bring sexy back. And that moment, the switch really went off. And I continued to put the products in my body the way it was designed by the company. I did do the race to maintenance version, but I went on to release 100 pounds in 4 months, which was the fastest in the history of the company, as well as 142 pounds in 6 months. And I graduated high school with a 38-inch waist. I'm just under 6'3". I was very physically fit, and I currently right now have a size 32-inch waist, and I'm 47 years old. My wife respectively has released 45 pounds, and we have both maintained these weight losses for 3 years. This past February 20th, 100-pound club member, IsaBody honorable mention, 2-star crystal executive by sharing these products with people, trips around the world. It's just totally changed the trajectory of not only my life, but almost everybody that I come in contact with. And I owe a lot of that to a lot of you people in this team, particularly Avi Shepard. I don't know if Marco Strowski's on here. A lot of these guys reached out to me early on in my stage and helped me out. We truly are one team. I see Mike Duran on here. Him and I have been like this throughout our whole transformation. He's one of my homeboys. And it goes beyond the weight loss and everything. It's things that happen. It's about turning your can'ts into cans and your dreams into plans. And anything can be achieved when you put these products in your body and get involved in this culture of people. These people are now all some of my very best friends, more so than some of the people that I even grew up with. So
it's a family.
It really is.
It's not a coworker. It's not a team. It's more than a team. It's a family. And kids grow up together, and relationships are created that I mean most of my best friends right now are people I've met through this company. So I'm like you mentioned, it's
one thing that I could also add is that a lot of people tell me or question, or I'm often questioned on it publicly and on a lot of threads about how fast I lost my weight and it was unhealthy. I had zero muscle atrophy. I did work out the whole time. I mean, everybody doesn't have to be like me is what I explain. And I don't coach that way. I tell people that I'm just an example of what can be achieved if you go all in with this program with tunnel vision and be obsessed with your goals. But everybody's not going to be like that. But during that process, You can look at my before and after pictures. I never had any muscle atrophy. I did lose that great deal amount of weight in a very quick time, but I mean, I was able to keep my muscles. Now, a lot of that may have been muscle memory and me working out, but it's our nutrition and how powerful it is. It's the best on the planet.
You did the time. I mean, it's not enough to just, you know, to drink a shake here and there and then go eat pizza. You know, you have to follow. It's a system. And
Yep.
and I also think that the thing that I've learned with this program, and I truly believe prior to this program, the stress that you have been under has caused, not, I mean, you ate bad, right? Because you were on the go and all that, but the amount of stress that you had been under, I mean, no human being should have to deal in their lifetime. And most human beings don't deal in their entire lifetime. What you have to deal with is just, you know, during a pregnancy and a few months after that, right? So I think stress, and I'm learning this, and this is really fascinating to me right now. It's when we're under stress, our body is in like fight or flight, right? So you don't make enough saliva, your stomach doesn't make enough stomach acid. And so what happens is when you eat, your body can't process that food. And it doesn't have what it needs to break it down and to properly absorb it. So what I've learned, and you know, you're a testament to it, when you feed your body what it needs, your body does what it's supposed to. And our shakes go straight into your bloodstream just about within a few, 30 minutes or so of drinking it. You can check the science on that, but I don't know the exact time, but I know it almost instantly goes into your bloodstream, and all that, it breaks it down into the simple peptides, so it's easily absorbed. So your body and your digestive system doesn't have to work as hard. So it makes it a lot easier and a lot simpler. So like you said, your results, I mean, I know some other people that have lost, and we have a lot of 100-pound members on this call right now. It's possible if you follow the system, and it's possible if you change your mind and you stop living in the past, and you break the habits of being yourself in the past. And if anyone can do it, I mean, your story to me, it's so inspiring because you found a reason to live. Your wife fought through her whole pregnancy and after, to be healthy, to be around for you and for your son, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, she made it through this, and now I'm just severely overweight and obese, and I'm not going to be here for them, right? So like that mind shift, helped you stay focused, right? So
my why definitely made me cry.
Definitely, and it's making everybody else cry, I'm sure.
And
You're
when you
such
put
an
this
inspiration.
and when you put this nutrition in your body's truly grateful, and amazing things can happen, and we are all a testament to that.
Thank you so much, Opie. I love you. I appreciate you, and thank you so much for being on this call and inspiring others to, take their life to the next level and their health. Thank you
guys.
So let's see. I think, is Michael on? Hey, Michael. He is on. I can see him.
Hey, Christina.
You're there. Yay. Okay, so let me share my screen so I can show everyone your beautiful picture. This picture makes me smile. I was talking to you earlier and trying to decide which picture to use, and this is the one that made me happy because you're a testament not only to the physical transformation, but you're also a testament to the freedom that this company offers. And you're obviously your beautiful children right there. You have an amazing wife. You're a former athlete, right? Baseball player, been successful business owner for 20 some years, and in just a few years you're able to replace your income. Like, how incredible is that? You're drinking shakes, you look amazing. I always tell people, I'm like, I get paid to look good, like to work out, right? And to help others feel amazing and do the same. So I would love for you to share your financial transformation and what this company has done for you and your family. So
hey guys, Yeah, thanks for having me on, Christina. And Opie, love you, brother. Love your story. It's inspiring every time I hear it. So it's awesome. As far as my financial journey with Isogenics, guys, my enrolling sponsor is LV Shepherd, and I was just following him on Facebook and just said, I don't know what he's doing. He's working out a lot. He's something about he lost a bunch of weight in a month. And it was timing. I was looking for a solution, and we set up a call, and I didn't even ask him how much it was. I said, here's my credit card. Just sign me up for that. I'll do anything for 30 days. And in my mind, I was only going to do this for 15 days to lose 15 pounds. And that happened quick. And I was like, what the heck is in this stuff? And then I'll never forget that auto ship was coming, and I'm thinking, man, I kind of already hit my goal. I don't really want to keep going. I'm good. But and I think a lot of people stop right before they get to that finish line. So many people, they get to a small little goal, and then they just stop before they see the magic happen. And so that second shipment came, and I'm like, well, I don't really want to lose any more weight, but all right, it's here. I'll just go for it. And it was in that second month where I just really identified, I'm like, wait, I go, there's something magical to this. And I just said, hey, Alvy, I go, what's the comp plan? Well, Alvy was brand new. He didn't really know too much what was going on. He said, just start enrolling people, I'm like, all right, and I figured out how to enroll people, and Alvy was trying to help me out, and the system was all clunky then, and we're getting social security numbers and taking their firstborn children to get started, and now it's just so easy to share this. And it just started with, going after some breadcrumbs, guys, and going after consultant, then to manager, and then director, and kind of, I kept seeing like, oh, cool, I got $500. Oh, cool, I got $750. Oh, cool, I got $1,000. So everyone looks at this business, and sometimes they feel a little overwhelmed. And I really believe if we're just kind of going after the breadcrumbs, that you'll get to where you want this to be for you. And it could be just to eat for free, to have some side money to go on vacation, or to really replace the income to provide for your family. And, I had a successful company for 20 years, and I got invited by Alvy to go to the Welcome Home party or tour, which was the first people to enter into the new building and to go to John Anderson's ranch. Not everyone here gets to experience that. I understand that. To go to John Anderson's house where he had giraffes and zebras, and it's crazy there. And I literally walked out of there, and I shot a video, and I quit my job like that. And I said, I'm going all in. I'm shutting my company down. I didn't say it exactly like that. I just said, I'm going all in. I said responsibilities, and I'm like, I guess I'm drinking the Kool-Aid here. And I just made that decision with 2 feet, really, just the way Opie did with his nutrition. And I just made that decision that I'm going to do this. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know how it's going to work out. Because a lot of us, I think, go into this and we always have the plan B. Well, I've got my job, and there needs to be some tipping point, and you all will know when that is, where it seems to make sense. And there's always going to be that point, if you're going to do this, to take that little bit of leap of faith. It's never going to be perfect for you to make that decision. And I remember telling Alvy, I was staying with him I think we were at the Ritz-Carlton or something. It was the nicest hotel I had been in. That the president had just stayed there like not too long ago, put it that way. That's how nice it was. And I remember telling Alvy, I'm like, hey man, I go, I'm all in. And he like gave me a big hug, and he was all excited. But I had taken a pay cut. Cause I saw the potential, but I'm just like, what can I do on this planet to serve as many people as possible? I just couldn't think of anything. I mean, I had a business. I mean, it wasn't so much about the money. I owned a beach property in San Clemente. I had the fancy cars. I had all that, but there was always that void. And when you own a business, you might make a lot of money, but you don't have a lot of time. I mean, I was on clock from 9 to 10, 11 o'clock at night. I had a lot of flexibility, but I was always like kind of just worried about my business. Anyone who owns a business right now, go on vacation for 2 weeks. You will be stressed out because when the cat's away, the mice will play. It's just your business will collapse almost. And so I really desire for everyone on this call, at some point, you got to find that tipping point to just say, you know what, I can do this, you know, and if I treat this like a business and not a hobby, anything's really possible for you guys to accomplish. Melissa Mercantile, she just hit Isagenix 312th millionaire. And I just posted a little while ago, but she had a 6-figure income plaque in 2017 and she was holding it. Everyone's taking pictures with her. I thought it was cool. And I said, hey, can I hold that? I have never held, I don't even think I held Elvie's 6-figure income earner trophy at that, or plaque, whatever it was. And I held that and I took a picture with her. And at the time, I think I'd made maybe $30,000, you know, with Isagenix. And I took that picture with her. And when I saw her hit that today, I went back and I'm like, I think I have a photo with her. And I'm like, there it is. You know, it's like, I just knew, you know, we get so focused on all the hows that we just have to focus on the end result. And then the hows will kind of take care of themselves. And I think the message I want to leave for all of you guys, Isagenix to me is not a doing this thing at all. It's really a beingness. It's just, you know, people are like, well, how do you do it? How do you talk to people? I'm like, well, if you're being a product of the product, if you're being about helping other people, you don't have to think. You're just responding to what you're feeling. And so I think beingness is absolutely crucial for my success and hopefully for you guys. And you will be a little bit of a disaster before you're a master. Maybe you guys have heard that. I've walked away from so many conversations like, oh my gosh, I vomited all over those people. And I'm like, all right, well, let's just regroup. And next person I meet, I'll get better at that. And last thing is, guys, just don't quit. I mean, Jimmy Smith looked at me dead in the eye. He's like, just don't quit. You're going to be successful. Don't overthink it. Just keep rolling. So when I coach people, I say, look, you may come and go in your health and wellness journey, but I go, I'm not going anywhere. So, and I can't tell you how many people just keep coming back to me. And when I see people jumping from company to company, trying to find the magic beans, trying to find the magic sauce, and if I'm over here, I'm going to do better. It's just, they're just not in a beingness state, and they're losing credibility every time they're making change, and they're losing trust with people. Because I know we have the best products and solution on the planet. So, you know, just stay the course and don't quit.
That is a great message, and it hit home. I mean, we started about the same time, and it's crazy to think. I mean, financially, we're not linked in any way, right? But we're a team, we're a family, and I remember, you know, sitting together at that first celebration, and you're like, well, you were a director at the time, and I was an executive. Like, how'd you do that, right? And then life hit me, just like, you know, life hit Opie, and I didn't put my brakes on. I put my slow gear on. I shifted to first gear, you know, and had to take care of some personal things. And you've surpassed in income, and you're making so much more than I am because you had your foot on the gas and you keep going. And that's what I love about this company. We have, hold on, I want to share a screen really quick. Share desktop. Which one was it? Not this one. I gotta. Sorry guys, give me a sec. Well, why you should have it. Here we go. Need for money. We all need money. Because the more money, I read something. Oh, okay, I gotta read this. Sorry, I'm like distracted squirrels right here. But I read something the other day and I wrote it down because I feel like you can never get sick enough to help people get well. The only way you can inspire people to get well is by you getting well, by you getting healthy, right? You can never get poor enough to help people be prosperous. Just by going and being poor, you can't help people. You can't. You have to do, grow yourself, whether it's physically like Opie and Mike has as well, and everyone else, or financially. It's like, well, okay, you might not believe in this industry, but guess what? This industry is not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. So we have over 300 millionaires, right? We've been growing for over 18 years now, billions of dollars in sale. This company is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and neither are we. And it's a level of commitment. It's a level of, it's not net fun marketing, right? It's network marketing, and you got to work. And talking to people should come organically. We have solutions for weight loss. We have solution for performance, athletes and people that want to take it to the next level. We have solution for healthy aging. We have solution for money. If most people, if they made an extra, $500 a month, they would be so many less divorces. I mean, a car payment, maybe someone to stay home with. For me, I was able to stay home with my mother while she was sick and dying, and I never took a pay cut because of this business. How many people are out there that have a sick parent or a sick child or somebody that wants to take their family on a vacation and they can't because they're stuck to their job. Like you said, Mike, you can't leave for 2 weeks without, something going wrong and you being stressed. That's not a vacation. You might be on a beach in the Bahamas somewhere, but deep down inside, you don't have the freedom. This has offered that time freedom, financial freedom. What do you think? My son, what's pretty good? Oh.
Christine, I want to elaborate on that a little bit. It's like, it's actually completely opposite. Like, so when I used to travel, as a former business owner, or even if you're an employee, unless you work truly for the state of California where you can leave and, no one cares that you're gone. I have a lot of friends that work for the state here and they just check out and they're done working. But most of us, even if you have a corporate job and you really care about your job, even when you're away, it's still kind of lingering with you. Even Blair, she works for Dignity Healthcare, which is a big health corporation. When she's away, she's still checking emails. People are still getting a hold of her. And here she is working for someone else, building their dreams. And now when I travel, it actually grows my business. It's totally opposite. It's like, it's meeting new people. And people sense that. Like when you're sitting on the beach or, I'm sitting at a beach bar having a margarita and people are like, well, what do you do for a living? Just like, and you tell them what the hell you're doing. And they're just like, yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in the free spiritness of what you're doing and not, trading time for money and all that. So
what do you tell people when they ask you what you do for a living?
What do I say?
Yeah. What's your answer to that?
It's so funny. Like everyone thinks you have that perfect scripted answer. And everyone wants to hear that. I've just been in sales for a long time and it's just whoever I'm connecting with and how I connect with them. I basically, if it's a business or I lead with the products probably more than the business. But, I would say something along the lines of, just kind of just drop something about, I was a former business owner. Now I get to, travel really stress-free. And then they tend to ask me the questions of what I'm doing. And I'd say, well, I'm an international health and wellness coach, or international health and wellness advocate, just basically freeing people from physical and financial pain.
Yeah.
And if you could just kind of stop right there and just kind of be subtle. They'll
They'll ask more questions.
What?
Like,
What?
what? That's possible? What?
And then it's really like, yeah, are you on social media? Like, it's such a quick transition.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I'll just say, hey, do you use Facebook? Are you on social media? Yeah, you know, hey, let's connect, you know, and then after I connect with them, I'll take a screenshot of them, because I do meet a lot of people, and I'll screenshot them, and then I'll put them into a prospect folder, and then I'll like write a little note on there, like met at this place and whatever, and then I'll shoot them a message, you know, maybe the next day or something. Or
I usually tell people that when they ask me what I do, you know, and it's changed over the years, but here lately, because of what this business has done for me, I said, I make people happy, healthy, and wealthy. Which one would you like?
oh,
And so it's like, because that's what this business has done for me, right? So it's like, well, how do you do that? It's like, well, I did it for myself, and now I, you know, show people how to do it to them by themselves, you know? So.
and if we're listening, there's two things that come up in every conversation is about how tired and crappy people feel, or some sort of money. I mean, literally, if you're listening, almost in every conversation, it's not always just that blunt and blatant, but it's always, if you talk and listen to people long enough, they're usually talking about, man, I wish I had more time, or I wish I had more money to go do this. Man, I'm tired. You know, you're just picking up, you know.
And that's the beauty of it, the time freedom, financial freedom. Thank you so much. We're kind of running behind schedule. I love you. I appreciate you, and your story always inspires me, and I can't wait for you to get your millionaire status. Up there with Alvy and Opie and everyone else, right? And Michael, the other Michael, Darren. So I'll see you in Utah, right? See you soon in Utah.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, thank you so much for taking the time from your family and sharing your story. I hope it inspires some people out there that own their own businesses, or, you know, that want more time with their families, or freedom, or just to have a better life. You know, we offer that. Without further ado, I am going to share my screen again, and I am going to, where is it? I'm going to introduce you to Kathy. Kathy, baby, can you unmute yourself? Now, I met this beautiful woman a few months ago, like last year, at a small event, a small gathering in Asheville, North Carolina, and her story inspired me, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it will inspire you out there, because we're taught that, you know, once you hit a certain age, you're supposed to kind of go backwards, you know, and you're supposed to decrease, and you're supposed to do less stuff, and you're supposed to have less fun, and things are supposed to hurt more, and stuff's supposed to, you know, not work like it used to. And Kathy is a living proof of what putting the right nutrition in our bodies can do. She's 74 years young, and you can see in this picture, she's aging backwards. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She's got more energy than, you know, some 20-year-olds out there. She works out every day, hikes, does all kinds of great things with her husband. And she's a retired school teacher, and she's been using the products for over 5 years. So she knows a little bit about, you know, getting younger and using the products. So Kathy, can you please unmute yourself, beautiful?
I think I did. Yeah,
Yes,
can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm excited about being here tonight and having a chance to speak. I have been an Isogenics product user for probably close to 6 years, and I've been a business builder for about 3. Prior to Isogenics, I had just retired from teaching, and I was feeling very tired, very run down, just feeling old, and I was taking like 3 and 4 hour naps every day. And so I thought, okay, well, maybe I just need to lose a few pounds. I mean, I wasn't overweight, but maybe I just need to lose a few pounds. So I put myself on a very strict diet, less than 1,000 calories. And I lost not just 5 or 10 pounds, but I lost almost 30 pounds. I weighed just a little over 100 pounds, and I'm 5'5". I thought I looked good because I was in like a size 2, but I still felt tired. I still felt run down. And I was absolutely obsessed with numbers on the scale. And it was about this time that our daughter, Laura Bynum, most of you probably know her, she called me one night and she says, "Mom, I just started this amazing nutritional system and I need to tell you about it." So I said, "Okay, I'll listen." She said, "I'm trying to build my team and I'd like for you to be on my team." And so she told me about isogenics, and I said, very first thing that everybody says, I can't afford it. I'm a retired school teacher. I can't afford it. So if you know Laura, you know she's persistent. And so she says, "Mom, just try it for 30 days. And if you don't like it, you can return it." So I talked to my husband and we said, okay, I would try it first for 30 days. And I thought, I won't return it, but I just won't order a lot and I'll just kind of gradually fade away into the sunset. Well, after 30 days, I was hooked. I actually began to put back on some healthy weight, all the weight that I lost, and started feeling amazing. I was actually shocked the first day that I did not take a nap. It's like, I don't need a nap. I have energy. I don't need, all that sleep. My husband and I year before last ran our very first 5K. We never dreamed we would ever do that. We hike, as you said, we hike all the time. We live in the mountains and we love to hike. I'm in the gym at least 4 or 5 days a week, and I'm able to do amazing things in the gym that I never dreamed I'd ever do. Actually work with a beast of a trainer, and she kicks butt every day, and I have the energy to stay up with her. And my husband lost probably 30 pounds, and he's gone from like a size 38 waist, I think, to down to like a 32. And we feel amazing. It's just hard to explain until you put the products into your body, and you can tell people all day long, but until you actually put the products in your body, you can't imagine how good you feel. I don't crave all the junk that I used to eat, like my 6 or 8 Diet Pepsis a day. I haven't had a Diet Pepsi in 6 years. So we saved some money there. But I think the best thing of all is because we have 2 daughters and 4 grandchildren. And when my 14-year-old grandson said to me one day, "Mima, you don't look or act like a grandmother." And I will never forget that. That was one of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten in my life. So, all I can say is if you're tired and you're run down and you're taking long naps every day, and you want to look younger and feel younger than your years, then you need isogenics.
I love you. Thank you. I see, we're up here in the mountains where we live. It's just, there's a lot of, in the South, all the good food. People let themselves go, and they forget that you're supposed to feel vibrant, and you're supposed to be happy, and you're supposed to work out and climb mountains and not need knee replacements and hip replacements. I mean, most people your age, and I mean that in the most beautiful, loving way. It's like, I know people that are in their 50s and 60s that are getting replacement, body parts.
Yeah.
And
well, before isogenics, I was always embarrassed about my age. It's like, I didn't want to tell people how old I was. And now, because I feel so much better, I'm proud to say I'm 74 years old, you know, and I want to be around for a long time for my grandchildren, and just keep doing what I'm doing and loving life.
Yeah, and you're a great example. I hope I'm that excited and that beautiful and that energetic when I'm 74. And I know I will if I keep putting isogenics in my body and do what do, right?
And
What's
if you
your-
look at the before picture and my after picture, that's a perfect example of what going on a crash diet looks like.
There it is.
I looked sickly. So crash diets don't work. They're not good for you. It's not a healthy way to lose weight. That's just not the way you want to do it. You want to give your body the nutrition that it needs.
Yes. Well, you're a great example of aging backwards. And I think we all want to be this energetic. I mean, when I speak, I think I speak for everyone. We all want to be at 74 and this happy and great looking, right? Hot mama and grandma. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for your share. I know you're going to inspire some people out there that are, you know, have given up. And most people at a certain age, you know, there are all kinds of meds. There are all kinds of, you know, walkers and all that good stuff, that not so good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love you, and I can't wait to come to Asheville and see you again.
No, look forward to it.
All right, guys. Well, if you are on our products, I know you love them. And if you've been invited here as a guest, please reach out to the person that invited you, and you can get a lot more information about our products, about our compensation plan, about the perfect combination, the perfect package and recommendations that would help you achieve your goals. If we can do it, you can do it. There is the same company that, you know, has made 300 and some millionaires is offering even a better compensation plan. It all gets better every year. It seems like they're throwing more money at us, right? For anyone. So if any one of us can do it, whether it's getting healthy, losing weight, making more money, spending more time with our family, aging beautifully, you can too. So reach back to the person that got you on this call. We will have a recording of this. So if anybody needs to share that later on, you're more than welcome to do so. And I love you guys. Thank you. I'm going to unmute you all. And we're going to do okay, not everybody's unmuted. Okay. We're going to have to do our 1, 2, 3 isogenics.
All right.